So we briefly touched upon this with the Chichiman talk. At least maybe this is where I was going. I don't know if we're on the same page still.
Yep.
But the a term that's used still today, I would like to say, but it starts with an F and rhymes with bag. Was used to describe cigarettes back in the day. I'm just gonna say it. Calling someone a faggot. That's used. And like why people use it in an offending way nowadays. Like, and obviously with uh, the strides we as society have made towards sexual orientation and acceptance and such, um, like why, like as a straight, as someone that's heterosexual, I don't know why people, and this actually has happened to me relatively recently in the last couple months. Like someone had called me called me a fag, and I'm like, why do you think
Sorry.
that's something that would offend me?
Sorry, can I cut you off? There's also
Yeah.
a synonym for this. It's another word for you were gonna say the word, like, I guess, fag bag.
No, I said
Because you said something. You said with bag.
Ri-
Oh, sorry, rhymes with bag. Well, anyway, there's another word for it. To say queer fuck. To call someone a queer fuck is essentially the same
Well,
thing.
because I guess it goes along the lines of someone that's queer
So
identifies in
interesting.
that community,
Right.
the sexual orientation community, and
Right.
having sex with people that are of the same
But
gender. But
Sure.
again, I don't know why. And again, maybe this is just old. Again, Lee, is your point something that was never primary or previously used in a way that was supposed to be negative, but it's now it's now used to think that or to use to make someone feel bad. But again, as someone in that, I'm confident in my sexuality. Like, why do people think that's gonna offend me when I'm called that? I can't grasp my head around kind of
See,
that
here's
piece.
how I look at it. It is, yeah, to truly offend you, I don't think personally when I use that word, and I'll be honest, I use that word. I do. Um, I'm really not trying to offend you. I use it as it's almost like a layered sense of comedy, and I'm making fun of the people who think there's something wrong with being homosexual. Because, so for
Okay.
example, like I am so anyone who knows me and you guys do, I'm so confident in my sexual orientation and my masculinity that I'll do some. Like, I don't care. I'll wear galaxy tights that are made for women to a part. I don't give a shit because like
Yeah,
that
I
doesn't
don't care
like
what people
I don't
think of me is not going to change who I am. Like,
yeah, like I don't care. My masculinity is not so fragile. So when I see things that are as simple as like if you shared a cup with Lucas, I know that there are some people who are
COVID.
so narrow-minded. So what was that?
COVID. What are you talking about?
Once upon a time, if you guys were to share a cup, I know that there are some people who are so narrow-minded and so homophobic that they would think that that's gay. So when I say, that's so gay," I'm not actually making fun of you guys. I'm making fun of the stupid people who would
who
actually
think
hesitate
that
at that.
making fun of sexual orientation is actually like funny or something
An actual
to
this, yeah,
like something that's
exactly.
gonna
Exactly. I have no like if you two or if I saw two guys literally making out in front of me, almost as gay as it could get without having intercourse. I have no problem with it, other than just the etiquette of like maybe just don't make out in front of people, like do that behind
yeah
closed doors.
yeah
Like
yeah
that's the thing. But like I have no freaking problem with that. That's fine.
yeah.
Whatever. Love who you want
I
to
think
love.
I think in a way if you use it to truly try to offend someone is I
Mm-hmm.
think that reflects I think that's a reflection of insecurity of that person's own sex, like they like it's something that they could never comprehend if it was used on them kind of thing, like where
Yeah.
I feel like the people who use that as a diss would be upset if you said it to them.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
like they're
Yeah.
insecure with yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I that's how whenever someone does that, that's instantly what I think. I was like, what you think that's
You
gonna
think it's a
like
bad thing?
yeah exactly like that's well yeah there's nothing bad about that.
You might as well insult my hair color. Like it's that irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's
Isn't
literally
it?
that irrelevant.
Isn't it weird though that, like, in relation to I guess kind of segueing with what I was saying, the word queer, where that's now like it used to be offensive, where now it's actually socially acceptable and people use it all the time
Mm.
for their orientation.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
it used to be at the same standpoint. They used to be like level, like side by side, like the same level. Where now we've accepted one, where the other
But
one
not
is
the other.
still. Yeah, I think that's super strange.
And it might just be the true definition of
So
when someone identifies as queer. What is that truly saying? Because again, I'm not
You know where that
informed
came
on
from,
that
right?
that perspective.
So
No.
the word fag came from they used to burn gay people alive with sticks, and I guess
Oh,
that
like
was that's where it
reflection
came
of a
from.
cigarette.
That was the orientation, right?
That's
Um,
sad.
Yeah, that's actually
is
really
it's
sad.
very sad. And well, I mean, if we think about anything in the Dark Ages, you get burned for just being different, which is already just so sad to think of what
Yeah.
norm was back then. You had to be hetero, gender roles, everything, right? It was pathetic, to be honest with you. The fact that we thought that way. Anyway, but yeah, and it's funny that now that those were at one point equal playing field
Like
in terms
used
of
as-
offensiveness, and we
yeah.
just
I mean, the other layer of humor to it that I think is like almost like when we were talking about the R word again, just for context, the R word being retard is me personally, unless I knew, like, okay, if I'm seriously trying to insult someone, I might call a homosexual the F word, FAG, if I know he's that guy who's going to get offended by it, if I really want to insult him. But the comedy behind it is when I'm joking around with it about people is you joke and you call people something that they're not because you know it's going to irk them.
Mhm.
Just the same way as like, for example, someone who like on the opposite side of being homosexual and stuff is like being like a bro, like a super bro. No one wants to be that macho man. Maybe not no one, but like I know we don't want to be that macho.
You want to be a
man
bro
meathead.
so bad,
Ah,
bro.
fuck that.
you're such a bro, man.
But,
So cool.
but what I'm saying, fuck that.
Oh, bro,
I'm
you're
a fucking
sick,
man.
bro.
I'm a
You're
man. I'm
bro.
a fucking man. No, but no, my point is like the insult isn't exclusive to homosexuals. Like they're the very straight meathead guys who are you can also insult by, like, for example, if Matt was like, oh man, like I'm gonna crush like 10 brews today, like, oh, you're such a fucking bro. And the insult is it's not that
I am
oh my
actually,
God,
in
be a
fact,
bro
a
so
bro.
but yeah, well, maybe. But the insult is
Bro.
I know it's something you're not. Just as like that's the humor is I'm gonna call you something you're not,
I'm not a bro.
so that you're not.
Bro!
That's what the humor is.
Bro, how could you do me like that, bro?
See, but that's a joke. It's
That's
actually
a joke.
ironic. It's so
Exactly.
ironic. Yeah.
How come bro?
And
Is that a
I
good
feel-
bro impression, by the way? Oh, how could you insult me like that, bro? Bro!
Yeah, it wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
Thanks, man.
Maddie actually
feel like-
talks like that. That's the thing.
Comedy dies. Comedy really dies when people get so offended by these words because like you can't like are you so simple-minded that you can't see the layers in this thing wrong? I'm not actually offending sorry. I'm not intending to insult homosexuals here. Is when I call someone FAG, I'm insulting the people who are against homosexuality. I'm insulting the homophobics. And I'm actually showing how narrow-minded they are. Like if you can't read those layers, comedy's dead. Comedy dies when everyone gets so sensitive. It's sad.
Yeah. That's why personally I'm a very big fan of Dave Chappelle, because he continually challenges the boundaries with what he can say and what he can
This is
get
why
at.
Maddie lost Joke of the Week 3 times in a row.
He refuses to push boundaries.
Wussbag.